Hey everyone, and welcome to the show Talk Your Mind. This is episode 9, and today we will be discussing love and relationships, especially, in this modern age. Now, I'm not alone in the studio, I'm joined by two guests, and I will let them do the introduction for themselves, starting with the first person on my left.
Hi everyone, my name is Damian. I'm a 300 level student of mechatronics engineering.
Hi everyone, my name is Deborah. I'm a 500 level student of food science and technology.
All right. Now, as I said, today we're going to be talking about dating, love, relationships, and especially the double standard in relationships because, there seems to be a lot of that. We see one person being held to a specific standard and the other person, is not being upheld to that standard. So we're going to be talking about that today. But the first question I have for you guys is, what is dating, or do you believe in dating? Because there's people who don't, like our parents, but do you believe in dating, and what are your thoughts on dating? Let's hear from you first, Damien.
Well, if you ask me, in my own opinion, I believe that dating is a core part of building a mutual relationship with someone like that you haven't met before, or someone that you might probably even know before, but you don't know this person like in total. You get what I'm saying? So you have to try to want to know yourself, want to qualify yourself to be sure that this lady, I'm speaking from the standpoint of being a man, you get. So to even be able to qualify her per se, if she's worth like you giving yourself and stuff like that. You get. So I believe in dating very much. I believe in dating because for you to actually know somebody, like for you to be able to qualify if this person is someone that I can be in a relationship with. So to wrap it up, I'll say I believe in dating for sure. And then I think that before you enter into a relationship with someone, you have to date them first. You don't just jump into a relationship with strangers that you haven't met yet. You don't know what kind of like lifestyle they have, what behavioral traits they have, whether they even have what we call emotional stability and stuff like that. So that you don't end up regretting your relationship with the person at the end of the day.
Right. So, Debbie, what are your thoughts on dating and if you believe in it or not?
Well, I think I just picked something from what he said. He said, you dating someone, it's you finding out whether you and the person are compatible before getting into a relationship. Or I always thought when you're dating someone, you're in a relationship. Like dating is this stage of being in a relationship with someone. So this is quite new to me.
Yeah.
So
I think I like jive because it makes a lot of sense. Then most of the time you hear people say I'm dating. It doesn't mean they're in a relationship, They just means they're meeting with each other. It could even be different people at once, They're talking to so many people at once.
So yeah, I actually agree with that. It just helps you know if you and this person are compatible. You get to meet someone, like he said, you date the person. Dating the person on, we get to find out, oh, this person has these certain characters. Can I deal with it in the long run? This person has certain issues. Are these issues I can compromise to? Stuff like that. So I feel like it's very important getting to know your person so that if you date someone, you feel you're compatible enough to get into a relationship with them. From then, you get to know if this is someone you plan to spend the rest of your life with. If not, you part your separate ways.
All right. So all across, all of us believe in dating. Yeah. Goes. Sorry.
You're not okay. Okay, can I just chip in something?
Yeah, you have.
Okay, like I actually like towards the end of her opinion what she said about getting to know if this person is worth spending the rest of your life with. Because I see people date for fun, people just date. Like I know I have a friend who just like takes random girls on a date. Like he doesn't plan on being in a relationship with them at the end of the day. But I feel like when you date someone, then the end goal should actually be companionship, long-term relationship with the person, which will call marriage in today's modern society, isn't it? So that's all I dating should be about.
All right. So my next question for you guys would be, what do you think of love languages? How important are they? And is it important to find somebody who has the same love languages as you, or is variety important? Debbie, why don't you start us off with that?
Okay. Personally, I acknowledge love languages a lot. I feel like that is mandatory. If you're dating someone, right, and you just want to make them feel seen, you want to acknowledge that you really care about this person, you show them through love languages, right? So your love language. Now, I feel like for love languages, people have, how they accept love languages and how they show love languages, right? So let me give an example. Let's say acts of service, right?
Yeah.
I say my love language is acts of service. How I show that I genuinely care about you is through acts of service. So now that could be my way of showing that could be my way of showing my love language to you. But then me receiving love might not be acts of service. Like maybe it needs to be, let's say, gifts giving. Although I feel gifts giving is still part of acts of service, but like I'm just using that for an example. So I feel like it's just a way to communicate in a relationship, And if how you can tell if someone really likes you is if they acknowledge your love language, if they care enough to acknowledge your love language. Your love language now might not be their love language, but because they are willing to, accept you or be with you, they try to learn your love language. They try to show you they like you in your love language just to acknowledge how much they like you. So I feel like love languages, it's very good to acknowledge love languages while dating.
Yeah, Damien, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. So this one is deep actually. So, well, I firmly believe that when it comes to love languages and stuff, there is a variety of mix to it. Like, it's not something that just because you have seen situations where you see a chick says that her love language is like you spend your money and you exhaust your finance. So that's the only way she's able to receive love. So one also needs to know what kind of like love language the person he's seeking to be in a relationship with have, if it's something he can do, because being in a relationship with someone, there has to be some level of compromise you get from the both sides so that it can work. There has to be compromise. So definitely you guys need to know your love languages, like as a person each, and also know if you can be able to fulfill the needs of that person. That's where the compromise comes in. So love language is a thing that's is valid though.
I'd like to chip into what he said. I totally agree. It just reminded me of another love language, which is quality time. So now some people, their love languages is quality time. So now you might be a person that likes to, let's say, okay, let me use myself for example. Let's say my love language is quality time. I like to spend a lot of time with someone that I like or someone I'm dating. That just shows you spending time with me, just shows me how much you like me. But now the person I'm dating now might not know how to. I don't know if you get where I'm driving at. Like, their love language might not be quality time. They don't need to spend a lot of time with you to show that they like you. They can. Theirs could be gift giving. Or acts of love. It's like, okay, Cody, yeah, I'm giving you this. Okay, you say, okay, I want to spend time with you today, but they feel like, okay, let me just send you this money. Let me just buy you this thing. But then they're not communicating in your own love language. So if that person now whose love language is no quality time, if they are able to, how do I put it? If they're able to express that to you now, that just shows that they actually care about you. They acknowledge you as a person. They acknowledge your feelings, and they are ready to make compromises, like he said, for you. So yeah, that's what I just thought of while he said that.
So yeah, I think it's very important. You're actually on the compromise part. You can't be in a relationship with somebody and you think everything is just going to go your way after beginning to end.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely.
could you ever date someone? Now, we've talked about compromise, but could you ever date someone whose love language requires more than you can give? Like, in terms of maybe quality time, you do not like being around people. This is somebody that you really like, but maybe you feel like being around this one person is starting to make you kind of go stir crazy, or if it's an acts of service, maybe you are just not the kind of person to even think of what somebody else may need or what they may want. Because acts of service is not just giving you things, but it's, oh, do you need this right now? So if their mind is never going there, if your mind is never going there, could you be with someone that's there's just this wide disconnect in terms of the love languages?
Well, personally, I'm answering from my perspective. I don't think so because that just shows that we're not compatible. And I am a firm believer of people treat you based on how they view you. So if you don't feel I'm that important enough for you to make such compromises for me, then that's fine. That just shows I'm not your person, right? And the fact that our love languages don't even, they don't have like a balance, and yeah, you don't seem to want to make compromises, then that means we're not. It's a no because I'm not compatible. And I feel like if that is your love language, someone else will also feel that way. Maybe you don't like quality time. I genuinely believe you find someone who doesn't like quality time. So that's your person. I will not waste your time. So I'll let you go and find your person. So if I tell you a couple of times, oh, this is what I like, this is what I like, this is what I like, and this is my love language, this is what I like, and you're not able to meet up with it, I would just assume that, oh, maybe you don't rate me like that. You don't rate me enough to make compromises for me, or I'm just not your person, and that's totally fine. That means if I'm not your person is out there. So that's my opinion. So that's
Damien.
Well, on this love language acknowledgement thing, I believe that your love language should actually be something that that is possible, like within the limits of human ability. Shouldn't be something extraordinary. Like, so what I'm going to say to that is that, take for example, you have a chick that just wants you to cuddle with her, let's say 5 hours every day.
Crazy.
You think, right? 5 hours a day. She just wants to,
I mean, 5 hours a day, we spaced out. Not 4 hours. Well, no, 5 hours is not spaced out. I think 5 hours is not bad.
if it's spaced out, right?
It's spaced out.
But then if it's something that's going to be consistent, then
That's a big one.
like, people get paid hourly. Like, this is a time-based stuff. So if you're going to calculate 5 hours daily, how much would you be losing just cuddling with someone? So let's look at it like that. You get what I'm saying? So it should be something whereby it's something that can be fulfilled without like affecting your partner in a negative way. You get what I'm saying? Because if it's going to affect your financial life negatively, if you fulfilling the person's so-called love language is going to affect your mental health, then I don't think it's reasonable.
yeah.
You just look for someone else.
I mean, as Debbie said, that that might not get your
But then I just something again from what he said. You know how he said, what if your partner wants you to cuddle for 5 hours? So now it's different if you're willing to cuddle but not for 5 hours. It's different if you're willing to cuddle but not for 5 hours, and it's different when you are not willing to cuddle.
It's different. I thought way else to try.
Those are two different things now. Because now, let's say you're willing to cuddle but not for 5 hours straight. You can tell your partner that, okay, see, I want to cuddle, but I can't cuddle you for 5 hours straight. Then she would now make the compromise and say, okay, since you cannot cuddle me for 5 hours, let's make it 3 hours. Let's make it 2 hours. Again, that's how you show that you guys are compatible. So if she says, oh no, I want to be cuddled for 5 hours straight, that means you guys are incompatible. She's not the other saying it's not your person. You to go.
So it's like on that, I just need to say this. So this is where compromise comes in. You get compromise that we talked about earlier, right? So if 5 hours is something that you feel is too much for you to do, you get this is where you now like you now negotiate it down to a middle ground where everybody is satisfied. Both parties are going to be okay with the final verdict. So you might say you can do it for an hour and a half or 2 hours or even an hour, and maybe she said okay 4 hours, and there is as if you are bargaining, maybe you bargain normally, and then everybody comes to a middle ground, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
You get. But if she's a person or he is a person who cannot compromise that 5 hours time, for example, that you have used as a case study, then definitely I don't think it's reasonable, as I said before, to go ahead with such a relationship, because there will be problem later on in the future.
Okay. Now, the last question on this love languages topic is, why do you think love languages have become so important? Because I don't think maybe like when our parents were dating, or even some of our uncles and aunts when they were dating, this wasn't something that you heard about a lot the way you hear about it today. So why do you think it has become so important, Damian?
Well, I'm going to say that feminism has actually played a big role in this, actually. In the back in the 1840s, in the early 90s, like the early 20th century, that's from 1900 down to around 1980 something, feminism has not like been something that is like very popular. You get. So women knew their natural roles. Like naturally, the role of a woman is to give service to the man. Even the Bible said it that way, right? It said, "Wives, submit to your husband," isn't it? So naturally, ladies, we are going into their husband's home without like without expecting like or making themselves to be the center of attention or everything like that. Because traditionally, the role of the man is what? To provide and protect, isn't it? Why the role of the woman is to make sure that the man that's providing and protecting is okay. Like his basic needs like food are being met, the sex life is being fulfilled, right? Isn't it? And then the kids are being given a good home training. So that was basically the role of the traditional woman. But feminists now have made it a point that everything should be centered around me. I need attention. I need this. So my love language is this. And if you don't do this, we are not having a relationship. So all of these like have caused love language to become like something that is bogus, more bogus than it should be actually. I feel like it's overhyped.
You feel like it's overhyped.
Yeah.
But I mean, men have love languages too, don't they?
Well, as a man,
You have no love language.
no, I speak as a man. Like I'm not saying I don't have a love language, right? But then my love language actually is service to Nick. That's the love language of every man. No matter if you like the as a woman, let's say you are a working woman and you contribute a lot financially to the relationship. If respect is not in that relationship, if you don't respect your man, you get what I'm saying? If you don't respect him, men love respect. Men adore respect. Respect is one very valuable thing because when you respect your man, then you give him peace. As a man, he wants you to be his peace. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't want to come home from the stress of the world, all the hate and stuff that is being thrown out at him. Men are born without value. You get what I'm saying? As a man, you need to build your value before the world will appreciate you. But a woman is born with value. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to make $1 million before people start respecting you. Just your fine face and your good body is enough. That you're a lady already gives you an advantage in this current world we are in, more than a man that is your age. So that's just what I believe. So as a man, that respect is something that's very important for all men. Respect and peace. He doesn't want you to be someone that he will tell, please help me do this before I get back, and you knock. You get. So that's just the thing about it.
So you think feminism is the cause of the love language epidemic?
Yeah.
Debbie, what are your thoughts?
I'd like to start by Disagree.
Okay, and no men disagreement.
So, in my opinion, the reason why women, request their love language is being acknowledged is because, okay, let me give an example. Back then, phones were not a thing, right? I've seen letters written like from the days. So now, my point is, back there, men put more effort into their women. You'd see a scenario where, even, okay, let me give an example. Listen to old school songs, listen to how they sing about women. You can tell that, oh, they really value women, they really cherish women, right? The attention is there. Okay, look at what he said about, a man providing and stuff like that. So now for you as a man now to provide for a woman, for that woman to pick you, you have to show her that, oh, you are ready to, provide for her, you're ready to be there for her, you're ready to show up for her. And then if you do all that for her, she would willingly accept her natural roles, like he said. So you cannot do the bare minimum and expect your woman to show up for you to, play her natural roles. So the reason why I feel love languages now have been acknowledged is because women want to feel, I don't want to say important, but like they want to feel cared about. Like they want to know that, oh, if you're showing that, if you acknowledge this love language, that this means that, oh, you really care about me. This means that, okay, you're going to keep your words. You're going to provide for me, like you said. You're going to be there for me, like you said. You're going to trade our children together, like you said. So I don't feel like feminism is the reason. I feel like men have just cut their slack or something like that. But they just relax. They feel like, oh, as a woman, your natural role is just, oh, when I'm ready to get married, I will just pick a woman, any woman. That's why you see men cheat, because you are with this particular woman. You don't feel like, oh, I'm thinking of a particular way to like explain myself very well. Let me think of how to put it. So basically, if you're with someone who, for a man, from my conversations with men even, my point basically is women just want to feel loved. Women want to feel acknowledged. They want to feel chosen, right? They want to feel that, oh, if you do these things you said for me, then I have every right to submit to you. I've seen women on TikTok that do the whole natural rule things. They cook, they clean, they are stay-at-home moms, they take care of their children, they take care of their household, but you see what the men do for them in return. You can tell that, okay, this man values this woman, this man knows this woman's worth. So if you show a woman that you know her worth, you don't even need to stress yourself. She would acknowledge you as a man. She would give you your respect, like you mentioned. She would give you your respect. So I feel the reason why love languages are more acknowledged now is women just want to feel love. They want to feel chosen. They want to feel special. They want to feel special to you. So they feel like, oh, if you do these particular things, if you take your time to acknowledge that, you take your time to acknowledge my love languages, I'll know that, oh, you're serious about me. I'll know that, oh, I can actually live the rest of my life submitting to you as my husband. And I know that I'm in good hands. My children are in good hands. My children have a good father because their father loves me. So he's going to love the children. Do you get my points? Yeah, so.
What I think. So you have some things to add? Sure.
So, like, there were a few things that you said that I want to, like, just put in perspective. Like, you said that women now need more attention, isn't it?
Not more attention. They just want, I don't mean, when I say more attention, but I don't mean they need plenty. They just want to know that they have your attention. Do you get my point?
Okay.
Yeah.
They just need to know that.
The hell, attention. It's not surplus. It's not surplus. They just need to know that, oh, your attention. I have your full attention. Your attention is not divided. It's not divided to two women. It's not divided to.
So are you saying that men change over the years?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't want evidence to support that claim.
Like you smile, like there's plenty every day.
You could be with a man, right? And over time, because let's say he did the bare minimum. Let me use that here that's quite popular now. He did the bare minimum, but because you liked him, he did not acknowledge your love languages, but you liked him because he was doing the bare minimum. That also shows that he probably did not like you enough, and in the next how many months, he's going to leave you and then go and show the actual person that he likes. You now go and acknowledge her own love languages. Sounds like women now hold love languages, so they know that, oh, if you acknowledge my love languages, that means that you actually care. Well, let me even post you here. The man can acknowledge your love languages as keep I can talk today. At the end of the day, so yeah, that just validates my point that it's not feminine.
Because that wait,
Yeah.
like because you said that he did the bare minimum, or you still like him.
Yeah.
What
That's you compromising.
the reason why he was doing the bare minimum is because he doesn't have capacity to do, like, let's say, the love language of some people are just like this. So what I find women do these days is that they actually reduce their dating pool. Like, you see a girl that, let's say she's a 6, like out of 10 she's a 6, for example, but she's looking to date someone that has $1 million net worth. Now, when you check statistically in the world, there are only 5% of all men, 100, just 5% are in the top, just 5% are there that have made $1 million and above. So out of you invalidate 95% of men and you reduce yourself. That's why most of them, they ended up like they reach ages like 40, 30 something, and they are not married and single. And then you see all of them now like as if men have changed or men are wicked, but it's feminism that actually caused most of this stuff. Because those days, back in the days, 17 years, 18 years, 19 years, ladies have already gotten married and they are happy with kids. They are just doing their motherly role, enjoying the family. You're watching out for the man. Women were playing a support role, but now women want to be partners, like equal. This equal rights stuff. And so, like, this has actually made the attention has become too much. You get, so it's as if there is a power tussle between the man and the woman, which shouldn't be so, because the man is meant to be the leader primarily of a marriage or of a relationship. Is meant to be the leader. But then I get what you are saying, like he has to show that he loves the woman, you get, and stuff like that. But you have seen cases whereby even in this current generation, like Israel Adesanya, a popular UFC boxer, his girlfriend of a year, he did everything for the girl. Like, what did he not do? He has a $50 million net worth. So she was having fun. They were going on trips to Dubai. They were going to the beach. They were going to Miami and coming back. They were just flexing around the world. But at the end of their 1-year relationship, she just sued him for no reason. I don't know her reason. She just sued him, and that she wants half of his property. This lady, they didn't tie the knots. Like, she didn't even have any kid for him. But so I'm like surprised. What made you feel like you deserve to collect half of this man's wealth? A wealth that he built with his sweat and his blood, fighting in the ring. And he just, like, it's just crazy out here. So the things that times have changed and women have changed. I feel like men are simple. Men don't really change much. Men are just simple creatures. It's ladies that are making things complicated these days.
Sorry, I'd like to chip in a bit. From what he said, I feel like, okay, how it's theory, right? That's the definition of feminism differs to two people. So now, some people will tell you feminism means women want to be equal with men. Women want to jam heads with men, like they want to. Do you get my point? And now there's the original definition of feminism, which I feel is right, which is women just wanting equal rights, in the sense that if a woman wants to be a housewife, she should have the right to choose to be a housewife. If a woman wants to be a working class woman, if she wants to be working class, if she wants to have a house, if she wants to own a car, if she doesn't want to get married, she should have the rights. That is what feminism is to me, and I feel like that is like the main definition. But you hear people say feminism means, oh, women want to butt heads with men. Yeah, we all know women and men are not the same. We're not equal. We all have our roles to play. I don't know if that, do you get my point? There are things that women do that men cannot even do, and there are things that men do that women cannot do. It's facts. I don't know why we keep arguing about these things. But now the problem is people think feminism means, oh, women want to butt heads with men. Where men are entering, women want to enter. I mean, to an extent, that's like you're talking of like work, job opportunities of less. Because if you notice, there are some if you notice, there are some jobs that are limited. Like as a woman, you don't have like a wide variety of job opportunities you can apply for just because you're a woman. That's what feminism is about, basically. So they want to be able to have this kind of opportunities. They want to be able to fend for themselves. They want to have the choice, the right to fend for themselves. So it's not about wanting to drag power with men.
I think that one of, again, going back to why love languages are so important, I think, in my own opinion, that is, it goes the same for both men and women. And it is less of an issue of feminism and more of an issue of, as a society, we have individual was looked into a different thing. Everybody is more of an individual than they were in the past. In the past, you had people marrying as contracts, marrying because your father said he's going to give me 50 goats, or marrying because I need protection from so and so people. But today, we are dating because people are dating because they want to. People are getting married because they want to. They are doing and love languages. It's like, okay, I'm an individual and I don't have. I'm not running to you for protection. I'm not being with you because I need anything. It's for me. So what are you doing for me as a person? How are you? Because my father didn't send me here to live with you. I am dating you because I want to date you. So I think it's more of, as a society, we have all evolved and, everybody is more of an individual. So how are you catering to this particular individual versus our roles in society and any of that? Now, moving on to the next.
But can I say something, please? Like, it's just about the part where she said that women don't have a lot of things to choose from. Because, like, you realize that currently in today's society, the reverse is the case. Women actually, they have now been given the freedom of will to do anything they want to do, but still, they are not doing something. So why is it that jobs like all this, you look at the construction and structural aspect of economy, men have dominated this field for over a decade. For over the past century, that's 100 years, men have been more dominant in, like, you see jobs like bricklaying, stuff like that. Women have the chance to do it, but they choose not to go into doing those things.
I mean, I think it's not even.
So it's more of choice. It's the only right to do it. Yeah, and still they are not doing it. No, they're looking for.
It's not. I think maybe it's not that they are looking for something easy, but
not easy actually. They look for like things that are more like make them more popular per se. It's looking for office jobs, president or something.
So that's
Stuff like that, sure.
the simple answer to that is men have more physical strength.
but I mean,
But the purpose I not agree.
no, feminism says is, if a woman wants to work a construction job and she comes to the construction site and they see that she's capable of doing it, why not give her the job?
You
Don't it. I mean, I have no problem hiring anybody to do anything. So let's move on from this, because the love language question kind of, turned into feminism and all of that. But yeah, let's move on. So the next question I have for you guys is, do you think people should be devalued in society or to their partners based on the people that they have, had intimate relationships with? And, it's mostly done in the case of women, which is where, the double standard comes into play. So do you think there should be any value placed on a person's, worth in society based, or, in a relationship context, based on the number of partners that they've had?
Yes. Well, okay. First things first, I feel like, let me start by saying something. Like you said, double standards. My problem with this particular issue is, as a person, as an individual, I couldn't really care less. I couldn't really care less about your intimate life before you met me. As long as you're safe, health-wise, I don't really care. It's not really my business. So now, I feel like that should be everybody's mentality, right? As long as you're safe, it shouldn't really matter, right? That's what I feel. That's what I stand by. As long as everything about you that matters to me has to be when you're with me. Because now I feel like certain people now, okay, look at women. Now, so women have some of their sexual relations now have been from, let's say, rape, right? Or maybe being with someone who, how do I explain it? How to explain my point? Being with someone who they really didn't want to get intimate with, but they were pressured by the person to get intimate with them. Because so now that could lead to them building up like a body count.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Society would want to paint that person black as a woman. Oh, if you're, but I saw one video, this pop your balloon video, and then they had their balloons, and then they asked the woman how much what's your body count. I think she said 5, and then like all the men popped their balloons. They didn't want to. Okay, what if she was? Okay, let's not say that. Now they go to ask this man, right? What's your body count? This one says, oh, I don't remember. But you popped your balloon because she said 5, but you don't remember. This other one said 13. 13, but you are popping your balloon because a woman. Oh, as a woman, why is your body count 5? And what's your business? There's more to somebody, right? Than their body counts. There's more to someone than their sexual. I don't know. For me, I'm just speaking from my perspective. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care. As long as you're healthy as a person, as long as you don't have any STDs, you don't have any, you're healthy. That's what matters to me. I don't really care. So,
Yeah, Damien.
Oh, now this concept of whether or not people, especially women, should be shamed for their body counts. In my own opinion, I feel like promiscuity on the part of male or female is a bit, there's something different to it. It's not exactly the same thing. Because in the case of the man, he's the one being penetrating someone, right? Why the woman is the one receiving the penetration, isn't it? So I don't know if you guys know this because you're females. You probably should. That semen can last in the vagina, it can survive in the vagina for up to 5 days. I don't know if you have actually read that. It can stay in the vagina for up to 5 days. Now imagine a case where you're having sex with a lady that is, let's say, that has 100 bodies on her. You know, the thing is not about stereotyping these people or like stigmatizing them. It's just that you should know what you are actually going into. It's just for you to, even for the sake of even your health, you should not just be concerned about your partner when you're with them. You should also be concerned when they are not with you, what they are capable of doing. This will tell you the kind of person, because once you are being like promiscuous before, it's hard to come out of it. It's really hard to come out of it. There's a saying that if a man cheats once, he's going to do it again. If a lady cheats once, she's going to do it again. So this thing is about the tendency of it happening again. That's what you are trying to prevent. Actually, that's why you see people saying they want to marry virgins. It's not because of the tightness of the place. It's because she doesn't have like experience before. So imagine you are dealing with a lady that has slept with 20 men before, and she has seen different sizes of tanks. You get what I'm saying? And then you are dealing with the virgin who she have not, like, you're the first one to open this product again. Let me just put it like that. I know that's a bit extreme to say, but you're the first person to go in there. She doesn't know how a 6 inches tastes. So probably she's not going to be like, she will just feel like, okay, this is how men's stuff. You get what I'm saying? Unless she start hearing side talks or from ladies who have.
So is your point that what you're saying is that it should be shamed for both men and women?
It should be shamed for both men and women. Yes. A man that is promiscuous is not acceptable. a woman that's promiscuous is not acceptable. Being with a single person, like choosing to remain with one person, is a thing of choice. You get, so when you choose to be like just sleeping around is even dangerous for your health to be in surgery. What if he gives you STD? What if the lady gives him an STD? So these are how sexual transmitted infections are spread. You get what I'm saying?
Well, we've had some very interesting discussions here today. I'm very glad. It was a lot more than I expected it to be, but all productive, I hope. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Talk Your Mind. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what are some double standards in relationships that you just don't really vibe with. And yeah, don't forget to leave a like, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.